All set? Horses okay? All right. Good rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We could remain standing and, as we do each meeting, and remember our men and women in the armed forces. And could also remember Mr. Anderson, Bob Anderson, Joan Lopresti, and a dear friend to many of us, Frank Schmidt. Public comment? Yes.
Ray Devereaux, 4800 Euro Parkway. My question to you, sir, is relates to the agenda and to the agenda system. Would you be so kind as to explain your logic, the board's logic, behind only to ask questions about the agenda prior to the meeting, cannot ask any questions after the meeting on the agenda, and you can't ask or entertain any other questions, period. Would you explain your logic?
Well, this is a public comment, so you made your comment. But in this case, I will answer it because that's not the way you presented it, not exactly accurate. It was you, Mr. Devereaux, and I'm doing some research, but it was you who did not like, when we had the agenda written up, public comment at the end.
I think you're incorrect.
Well, you can
You're
think that.
incorrect.
Okay. You're entitled to your opinion, not
Of course.
facts, though, but your opinion.
And you are.
Okay, exactly, monofacts. So, and I thought, you know what, that makes sense. Why have it at the end, which meant you couldn't speak about agenda items. So it was moved to the beginning, public comment, as it says here, on agenda items or other, meaning anything else. And so that's what the board decided to do, and that's the way it is. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the town does it differently.
Yeah.
They do it correctly.
Well, and that's your opinion. They do it the way they want to do it. That's why that's the town board, and this is the village board.
It's a much more
And again,
democratic
it was you who I actually made the change for, because it made sense. I know, you may not remember.
That is
There's a lot of
incorrect. No, I
things.
think
Okay.
you're
Thank you, sir.
fabricating,
Thank you, sir.
which is...
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Anything else? Okay, we'll move on. New business, to approve minutes. We had a regular meeting on October 21, 2019, and then we had a special meeting on October 31, 2019. You have the minutes. I have reviewed them. I see no changes to be made.
Make a motion we approve for regular October 21st and special October 31st.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to have permission to reschedule our next board meeting, which is scheduled to be on the 18th of November to Tuesday, the 19th of November.
So moved.
Second. You have it, Gina? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is to authorize the mayor to sign a public safety emergency radio communication system agreement with Orange County through its Department of Emergency Services, and to accept the equipment valued at $139,892 that comes along with the agreement. Now, to make just a little bit more sense of this, the county has built in the process of, maybe they're completed, a new radio infrastructure system. And all emergency services, if there's a major incident or other, we'll be able to talk to one another. This will be good for the police, the fire, and the ambulance. And this is a very good thing. And again, just shy of $140,000 worth of equipment the Village of Highland Falls will be receiving. Board comment?
Yeah, just a quick comment. This started a couple of years ago with the county, and it was great when they unveiled it. The county's committed over $30 million over a period of time to do new towers, new communication towers. And like I said, this was in the works probably 2 years ago, maybe a little more. And at the time, I had the benefit of sitting on public safety. I just want to do a quick shout out to the county executive for his support in the project. Also, Mr. Hines, Kevin Hines, who's the actual chairperson of a committee out in the county called Public Safety, and Chairman Brescia. Those three individuals, along with Ways and Means and a couple other committees, were instrumental on helping out emergency services. Because I remember when we first had discussions, we weren't sure if we were going to do 50-50. Half of the money would come from the local municipality and the county would pony up the other 50%, but the expense is huge. Multi-million-dollar package for the county, so it came down that the county would foot the bill. And for us in our community, that means the Village of Highland Falls, the Town of Highlands, which is Fort Montgomery Fire Department, Highland Falls Fire Department, and the ambulance. So all three emergency services will get a package similar to, or close to this. So it's a good amount of money coming from the county.
That's great. Thank you, Jim. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
I'll make a motion if you want to authorize
Yes.
you to sign that.
And I'll second. Roll call?
Trustee Livesey?
Aye.
Trustee DeSalvo?
Aye.
Mayor Denocrio?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have on the agenda to authorize the mayor to sign a certificate of substantial completion for the project at the wastewater treatment plant for the fire damage, Phase 1 demolition. This is being recommended to us by the village engineer. This was the removal of the RBCs. And as our village engineer said, substantial completion is done. And I actually spoke to John Jones before the meeting, and it is completed.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to have authorization to sign a certificate of substantial completion for the project at the North Main Street sidewalks, as recommended by the village engineer.
I'll make the motion based on the recommendation from the village engineer.
No second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. To the clerk, do you want this done tonight? Ogard?
If the board chooses to.
Okay, so, not on the agenda because it just came to us late this afternoon. The village engineer is recommending invoice number 4, invoice number 5, and invoice number 6. The three of those invoices total $55,054.55. And this is for the drainage over there that's being done for the Old Guard Hotel, Thickens Field, Barry Hill, Mearns Avenue. They're not completed, it's not completed yet. But this payment of 4, 5, and 6 is not a direct payment out of the village taxpayers' dollars. This comes out of the escrow that we made this company put in place that we hold. Still leaving after we authorize these three payments of $55,054.55, there still is $163,290.17 left for work that they still have to do. So if I could have a motion to pay invoice number 4, number 5, number 6, that total $55,054.55.
I'll make a motion on
I'll second the motion, but just can we add in the motion that it's being, okayed and cleared by the village?
that.
Yeah, this came from the village engineer.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be part of the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consolidation study. I had hoped that the whole board would be here tonight, but as you see, they're not. So I would ask the board, and we'll let the 2 members that aren't here tonight know that at our next meeting, which will be a workshop, we should talk about the two companies that have submitted proposals to do a study. You have them. If you don't, we can make another copy for you. Again, we did go out with an ad looking for RFPs, and two companies did respond. And so,
Well, I'll make a motion that we wait for, out of respect for the other two board members, and have that on the 18th, or excuse me, on the 19th
correct.
of November.
Great.
Okay?
Yep. Second? Jim?
You motion in the table? Oh, I don't think it needs a second.
No, that's okay. All right, we tabled it, Gina.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary. I have bills and claims of $192,525.39. We reviewed the bills downstairs. It would be appropriate to approve them now.
I'll make a motion to play the bills and claims.
And second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Executive session, since that matter is being solved, so we don't need to do that. A few brief comments. I posted something on Facebook. I always stay positive and don't get involved in the nonsense that's on there. So this is a repeat of what I put on Facebook. You know, I've been asked many times, why do you say you love Highland Falls? Like, why do you love Highland Falls? Well, there's many reasons why I love Highland Falls. It goes back to my grandparents, great-grandparents. But I'm not going to bore everyone with those years gone by. The fact of the matter is that I do. And this past weekend proved, proof isn't needed, but this past weekend was shown to me again and again and again why I love Highland Falls, as many people do. The outpouring of love and caring and sadness that have gone towards the Schmidt family, I have not seen in quite a while. That's what happens in a small community. The placing of flags. The Rotary has taken charge of placing flags on the veterans' graves over at Peacedale, Highland Union, and Eagle Valley. I was part of that this past Saturday, as I try every year. It was a beautiful day. And it's an honor, it's a privilege to actually do it. You know, and you get to read what's on the stones. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of veterans at these cemeteries, going all the way back to the Civil War in Peacedale. And then the trunk or treat, is that how you say it, trunk or treat? That was held in parking lot 2 this past Saturday. A beautiful day. Tremendous amount of young kids, young parents that took advantage of it. It was great. It was great. I almost think it maybe should be held like that in the daytime when the sun is out. But that's up to the organizers. But I did thank the organizers. It was just great. So there was 3 things this past week, and those are the things I participated in. There was probably other things that I didn't participate. But it's the simple things that we do here in the village that make us stronger. Simple things. As far as the flags on the cemeteries, without having a list, a map, we tend to miss. Some folks that were in the service don't have it on their stone, or don't have a military stone. My father was in the Army Air Corps. It's not on his stone, but I know he was in, so I put a flag there. But there's others too. So if someone, if a family member goes to any one of these 3 cemeteries and there's no flag, all you need to do is to call me, which a couple of people have, and I will personally go over and place the flag. Because I know we have missed some. Some events coming up. The mayor and the village board would like to invite the community to the Christmas lighting ceremony, Christmas lighting event at Memorial Park. It'll be held on Saturday, November the 30th at 5 p.m. We have put many, many more white lights up along Main Street, the beautiful tree across the street from the library. There were 3 trees at the north end. We did 4 more. It's going to be pretty nice here, as it has been the last couple of years with these improvements. So again, that's on November the 30th. It's on Channel 23 also. There's a Christmas tree downstairs in the lobby. Might be a little early for Christmas, but the reason it's there and is something new we're going to do this year, and I'll read the flyer to you. This is a way to thank all our men and women who are in the armed forces and to show our appreciation for their sacrifices. Operation Gratitude. Many of these troops will not be able to spend one of the most important holidays of the year with their loved ones, so I'm encouraging groups of children, schools, folks, just anyone, but especially children, to join in making Operation Gratitude a success. A special Christmas tree has been placed in the lobby of Village Hall to place your handcrafted cards, letters on the tree. And the reason I'm doing it early is because I want to be able to, I don't know the date, but sometime in December I'll have to cut it off, and these letters and cards and whatever's left at the tree will be mailed to our men and women overseas. Tomorrow's election day. We ask people to go out to vote. Before you go out to vote, stop by the Hope United Methodist Church, 341 Main Street, as they put on their annual roast beef dinner. Takeouts are from 4 to 5. Seating is 5 to 6:30. Anything you'd like to add?
No, that's it, thank you.
That's it. I would encourage folks to come into the lobby and pick up this newsletter. This one happens to be 6, 7, 8, 9 pages long. History Lives Here. It's a publication by the Town of Highlands Historical Society, which is right across the hall here. And this is really a good one. It just has so much history in here. You won't sit and read it in one sitting. It's something that you'll just keep opening up and reading. And a lot of work went into this with Stella Bailey doing it all. And again, if you come into the lobby of Village Hall, you can pick this up. And it comes out periodically. It's a great publication. Mark?
Just a couple quick things. I noticed today, I went through Main Street, and the commissioner of the police department here, I noticed some tickets on cars on Main Street. So our new hiree is definitely doing his job out there on the parking tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is that he's put out, but I've seen a good handful of tickets on some of the vehicles. And I'd like to see that, and I think that's fair for the businesses too, you know? One of the other things is as we know now, it's darker earlier. And just the other night, just a quick story I'm going to say, I was coming back from the hospital from a call. And we always talk here about how many people are running traffic lights and how many people are running stop signs and the speeding that's going on in the village and everything else. Well, right in front of us, when we were leaving the hospital, we had a car in front, and we looked at each other and we said, this guy's not gonna stop for that stop sign, and right there, it was a horrendous accident right in front of us. So I just want people to know that it's darker out earlier, there's a lot of kids that are running around. I know the police department is working hard, they're doing a good job, but they can't get everybody. But you really have to be able to say to yourselves, if you see a vehicle that's always consistently running a stop sign and you know this is happening in your area, please let the commissioner of the police department know, or the mayor, or somebody, this way they can get the police out there looking for that car. This was a bad accident caused by somebody running something that they should have stopped at. For Halloween night, the village of Howland Falls came alive. The kids were out there trick-or-treating on Halloween night, and that was great to see that. The old traditional trick-or-treat. A little bit of rain and wind did not stop the kids. They were door knocking and they were going out there, and that was great. The other thing is for the cheers for the James I. O'Neill girls soccer team. They got the Section 9 championship. That's tremendous. Mary Jane, do they know where they're going to play in the state yet?
They're playing Friday in Goshen, but they don't know who yet,
They don't know who yet.
as of midday today.
That's great. And I didn't realize that Lindsay Worker, I know that she had something to do with the equestrian at the high school, but I didn't realize how many people are involved with that. That is really, really great that that goes on with the high school up there, and there's so many people involved with that. And I really appreciate Lindsay, she's always involved with something like that, and that's great for her. And that's it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah.
I'll just be real quick. I want to continue to thank the residents of the community for their undire patience as we continue to deal with the paving. There was a lot of work to be done, and we had scheduled what we thought was an appropriate amount of time. And DPW, the police department, the folks we hired to do the milling, all went a lot quicker than we probably, all, at least that I'll speak for me, anticipated. And I want to thank them because there was so much work to do after the milling machine had come through, just getting the roads prepped, because the milling machine doesn't get around the gas boxes, the sewer mains, the water boxes, anything sticking up, because it's just too big. And you know, we all rode down these roads, and I think there's 13 roads or 14 roads that are getting done, and we literally scratched our head and said we weren't sure how it was going to get done in time, you know. But the DPW really hustled. Big thanks to them, and for that, you know, we had extra time. So, you know, there's comments and stuff like that. The roads are going to get paved. They're going to be beautiful. They're going to be nice. We're all going to enjoy them. And as the mayor has said at other meetings, after we get it all done, and we're all flying up and down Main Street, hopefully not faster than the posted speed limit, we'll talk about the funding that was able to make all this work possible. Because I think the taxpayer will be amazed on what we were able to do with very little taxpayer money, and what we were able to do with more grant money and other ways that we used other folks to assist us in doing the project. You know, it's sometimes when you're working on infrastructure for a community, because I think to me that's the most important thing a municipality can do, is take care of the infrastructure for the residents. You know, we took on a lot this year, but we're getting it done. So again, I want to thank everyone for their patience, and just in the next few days there'll be more work getting done, but please come out and vote tomorrow. There'll be plenty of parking, it'll be well lit, and it's supposed to be 58 degrees, so there's no excuse.
And Jimmy, just to add on that too, that's just a piece of many, many, many projects that the village has going on
Yep.
right now.
Next year's going to be more. It's not a question, it's a fact. There'll be more next year. And for those that are wondering about this end of Main Street, meaning from where the milling stopped, say in front of what?
I'd say the little bodega that's there.
A little bodega
Bowling
just
is-
up the street, just past the church. From there south to Mountain Avenue, that road will be paved, which is right out front here, and sidewalks, brand new sidewalks on both sides, the east side and the west side. It'll look just like the north end, that all the work that we did there, we're gonna do here. And then Merv, as you said, much more.
Many projects on
I
that.
think the community's gonna be very happy. And I know they're gonna be very happy with, as you said, Jim, the funding, which I cannot do until the blacktopping is done, so that I can have accurate figures. I'll take a motion, anything? You okay? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.